welcome to week 4 of the Reddit League Season 3. I'm Zatomo, and I'm joined as always by Calamity. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. We've got another Division 1 matchup for you here. This week, maybe the battle of the Germans, not countries, but at least German-speaking matchup here with Boksa and Schludy. This is our first one with Schludy, I believe.
I'm not sure. Yeah, we got a video from him in the first week, but we ended up not doing anything with it yet. So this is the first one we're featuring on the channel this season. I'm not sure. We might have had one of his videos last season, though.
Yeah, I think we did have him last season. And I think this is our second video with Boksa in this season.
Yes.
So a return competitor for a video. So let's take a look at their stats. Boksa's got quite the advantage on average points, 24,502 to Schludy's 20,979. Best games, also perfect game for Boksa there, 25,000, and Schludy sitting at 24,214. Boksa also double the aces, Calamity here.
Yeah, definitely had a I'd say much better start. Let's just call it how it is. With an unbeaten run so far. Well, I say, it is unbeaten still. He had one draw,
unbeaten.
But no losses so far. And Schludy getting going all right. I think, if I remember correctly, last season he started off with 3 wins and then dropped off. This season's start so far is more in line with how his last season finished. Sort of not bad, but also not particularly challenging for the top spots. Aces just a sign for that, pretty much. Just Boksa having a better season so far.
Yeah, Boksa also currently sitting second place in the division with 9 points. Schludy 9th with only 3, so quite a big gap also for there. But if Schludy picks up a win here, definitely could close that gap a little bit, Calamity. And we're on a world map this week as we take a look at that. We're on an AI-made world map by Mr. American Mike. Average score of only about 10,000 points, over 10,000 locations. It's been played over 22,000 times with just over 500 likes. It's a map made by an AI, not hand-picked. And the bigger the country, the more likely it is to have a location within it. So it is sort of proportional in that regard, Calamity.
Lots of US and Brazil, yep.
Yeah, lots of US, Brazil, and Russia, unfortunately. If Schludy has a chance to take on Boksa, it's probably this week, Calamity.
Yeah, I mean, is it really? Boksa was... I think Boksa... When did we have him? We had him in round 1, right, in Uruguay.
Yes.
But yeah, he's so far won all 3. I think he came in first in the preseason as well, which had 2 world maps too. So I don't really know. I don't really want to say he's any worse in country maps than in world maps, or the other way around. I think so far he hasn't really shown any weakness, and let's just say it's not looking too hopeful for Schludy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he can surprise us.
Yeah, well, my thought is that if Schludy's going to put up the most points he probably can put up in a world map. So his score is going to get a boost, hopefully, here, that could have him rival Boksa's score, who we kind of already know is going to be high. That was kind of my take on it, at least. But yeah, I don't think Boksa is going to be doing any worse on this map, but I do think Schludy could do a little bit better. So could give us a good run for our money here as we move on into this. So let's just jump right in to this matchup.
You said as well before about a German-speaking matchup. I don't actually know if Schludy does speak German.
That is true. He could be from the other side.
Yeah, could be from the French-speaking part, could be from the Italian part. We don't know.
Well, anyways, we're into the seed already. They are both moving in the same direction, heading east. They did see a little sign, but not much I could read off of it.
It was, I'm pretty sure, just an ad for random company X.
Yeah, so it looks like we are in South America somewhere.
Yeah, it's
Spanish on the signs.
Portuguese, but yes.
Oh, Portuguese. Yeah, with that little bit of a glimpse, it's not hard tell the difference, but
Yeah, I don't actually know if it was that different from Spanish on that particular sign. I just know in Brazil.
well, that one is.
That one is definitely, yes.
That one is definitely Portuguese. So we're probably in Brazil then. We should be in
Probably.
Brazil, not even just probably.
I was going to say, you're really keeping your options open there.
Eh, could be a random Portuguese sign in another country. Who knows?
Portugal.
Yeah, it's randomly in a weird part of Portugal.
Yeah.
Schludy is moving a little bit faster, but yet to see any real sign.
Yeah, probably not the worst idea in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Probably looking for some sort of area code, ideally, or like a state abbreviation somewhere.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice paved road, so we wouldn't be too amiss to see one of those state road signs or kilometer markers that have the state abbreviation on them.
Mm-hmm. Box is caught up now, and he seems to have found something on that sign that told him where we are. Either that, or he already knew and just didn't bother putting a pin on the map before now.
Yeah, puts us very far west in the country.
Yes, it is. And we get more advertising signs.
But yeah, this is pretty much how Brazil plays. Just keep traveling until you see something. And they're going the same way, so at least they'll be even on that with just under 40 seconds to go. And there's the sign that Boksa just skipped right past.
It's going back.
My problem all the time. And Schludy will actually see it first because he didn't skip it. There we go. So we got some cities, we've got the roads. That should do pretty nicely.
Yeah. So we've got the states as well. That actually says DR-RO. I wonder, is that... There's no state with DER as an abbreviation, right?
No, they're all two, right?
Yeah, normally, yeah. Not sure what that is referring to specifically then.
Well, they'll both run out of time at about this, exactly the same time, actually. Very close for both of them, but both will miss out on the ace. Boksa getting 4,934 points. Schludy getting 4,898. So a slight advantage for Boksa going into this one. I don't know, not much else you could have used. They both seem to have found the town and knew they weren't in it. And just Boksa having a little bit more time there to pinpoint Calamity.
Yeah, they were both pretty quick still though, because I remember I myself found that sign with much more time left and I just couldn't figure out distances. But yeah, pretty even for now. So I doubt that this will be the deciding round.
Oh, we hope it isn't. We like to keep these matches close and exciting for us all. As we jump into round number 2 here. And another... Ooh. Actually, we're close to quite a nice little street here. In what should be... I haven't seen anything... there we go. In Philippines.
Yes.
So... Knew was Southeast Asia, but what exactly? The Spanish and English? A pretty big giveaway that you're in the Philippines.
Yeah, purely based on landscape, it could have just as well been Indonesia or maybe Malaysia, though more unlikely. But yeah, the language gives it away.
There's a few signs. Schludy's got a fire station with, looks like a region/city, and he is hoping to find that.
Yeah, I can't actually read what it says below the Garcia Hernandez fire station. I think there's more.
West Polecon Garcia Hernandez. Is that Bajola? Bahol? Bahol?
Something like that.
Really
It's
sure.
probably the island name.
Yeah.
Bohol, yes.
Makes sense.
It's the island name. So that's what he went off of to find his location.
Spent a lot of time looking at his map with that. And it seems like he's actually found it. There you go. Well done. Boksa, on the other hand, has just kept on moving. Did see the sign, did take note of it. But has yet to really open his map. He did put us in... Oh, he did put us like right on top of it practically because he put us on the island. But I don't think... He hasn't started his pinpointing segment yet.
Yeah, he sees that we're close
He'll actually
to
move
the
away from it.
ocean. No, he sees that we're close to the ocean. So yeah, it does
So the
look.
city must be a little bit weirdly placed then.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Yeah. Might throw Schludy off here with less than a minute to go. No, he does move and adjust to get to the coast. Boksa will do the same thing.
Mm.
Now I'll be looking for probably points of interest here.
Yeah, the
Might help them.
The thing is, in the Philippines, like this area, there are roads that go inland that are sort of populated. So, the thing is, it's just one town that covers quite a large area, and so they just put the name on the map in the middle of the area, and not where most of the population is.
Yep. I think they both have a good idea of where they found all the information. The trick here with only about 10 seconds left is going to be backtracking.
Mm.
And they both don't seem to really have much of an idea. Looking in different spots.
Boksa's...
And there the time will run out.
Yeah, I don't know if he actually moved further away at the last second there or if he moved closer.
Yeah.
He just moved to the other side of the pin, pretty much. But yeah, he realized that he can't be next to the water because he had to travel quite a bit south to see it. So it was a good correction, just maybe a slight overcorrection.
Yeah, and almost puts him right on top of Schludy's guess. He beats him by only a point, 4,998 for Boksa, 4,997 for Schludy. You can see that Schludy was the second place person until Boksa played and got him by the little bit of a point. So still very close after 2 rounds, Calamity.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to see what the next 3 are, but so far nothing's decided yet. Actually, a surprisingly easy round for rural Philippines, with that sign there for the fire station.
Yeah, it was sort of rural Philippines, but not super rural. I mean, we're right outside of a sort of town with plenty of points of interest and information. So very nice seed for the Philippines indeed. As we jump into round number 3, and it gets even better, Calamity.
Yeah, I said rural earlier. This is more rural.
This is more rural, and definitely the thing that Schludy will want if he wants to try to make up some points.
The nice thing
we
there,
seem to be in a tourist caravan.
Yeah, first things first, the yellow number plate on like the first car you see, which already tells you. I don't know why Boksa is putting his marker into Venezuela, but it tells you we're in Colombia with the landscape as well. There's other countries that have yellow number plates, but it doesn't really look like the UK.
Yeah,
or any of
exactly.
the others. Yeah, so they both know, or should know, that we're somewhere interesting. That we're somewhere near the northern water border of Colombia. And Schludy's put himself almost right on top of where the actual location is. I wonder what made him choose that exact spot, because the northern coastline of Colombia is pretty long.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did have like some other vehicles following them with some interesting people in them. So maybe it's a kind of a remarkable spot that if you've had it before, you realize, hey, we're somewhere in here. As Boksa gets a sign for what looks like the park or whatever it is we're in.
As far as I know, that's not on the map as a POI or anything like that. I'd have to double check that there.
It doesn't appear to be. As long as Schludy is looking in the right spot, it is not.
Yeah, it doesn't appear on the map.
Yeah, you know,
actually,
we're in there somewhere.
It does appear as a POI, but you have to zoom in all the way to see it. So it's barely any better than anything else.
Boksa scanning up along that Colombian coast, further south than where Schludy is. This looks like he does have a chance to pick up some points here. Boksa a little less sure about where he is. Schludy's seeming to be pretty confident. He's got a town name right there, or a village name or something there.
It just doesn't show up on the map.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Boksa's got it as
Boksa,
well. Yeah.
Also zooming in.
There it is. There's the POI.
There he goes. He does zoom in far enough to see it. Now with only 20 seconds left, that might have just nipped him the victory in this round and kept his lead continuing on to the next one. Unfortunately for who just hasn't zoomed in far enough to see it, unfortunately.
It's slightly too far west by like 200, 300 meters. Maybe a bit more than that. But yeah. 11 kilometers actually. Tells you how good I am at judging distances on the map.
It can be difficult. Yeah, unfortunately, Schludy did have the region down much faster than Boksa, but in the end, will lose out to Boksa's ace of 5,000 points versus 4,965. So Boksa, again, just edging Schludy out there with his pinpointing ability. His ace is going into this matchup definitely proving to be the difference maker so far, Calamity.
The thing is, so far, Schludy's still in draw range. So as long as he keeps up with what he's doing currently, as good as he can, then he's still got a shot at it. And, of course, if either of them make a mistake, then everything's still possible.
Indeed. So we will jump into round number 4. Boksa is sitting at 14,932. Schludy 14,860. So yeah, 72 points apart.
Yep. And Boksa found the dead end to the north.
Which is good. At least he found it early.
Yeah. Always better than going 2 minutes in one direction, turning around and seeing, oh, that way was a dead end. What do I do now? I've got 1 minute left, but I can't go the other way anymore because I've already seen everything.
Exactly. I hate that's the worst. Boksa will put on a preliminary pin in Turkey just to make a mental bookmark. He's coming up on some signs, but just runs right past him.
Ignores
seem too interested.
Signs. Yeah.
I mean, does know we are in Turkey, though.
Yeah, to be fair to him, they didn't look like signs that would have great information on them. And with the way this is looking right now, there's really no way for him to tell. Oh,
Schludy just went back to the start and is going to go north.
Yep.
Oh, he's going to be kicking
that
himself
is unfortunate.
for that one. Oh.
Just as I said it earlier.
Yeah, that's not what you want to do. Can be a killer of dreams right there.
Yeah, at this point you might as well give up and just, I don't know, travel that way again and maybe take a closer look at some of the signs you missed, but there's really nothing great that he'll find at this point.
Yeah, Boksa is taking a look at some signs with some distances, but whether or not he can find them. Is this lake very famous?
No.
Well, I mean, it seems like both of them.
No?
Or maybe Schludy is just taking a random guess.
Yeah. He's next to a lake. He might as well. He doesn't really have any other options.
Yeah, not a whole lot.
The lake might be well known in Turkey at most, but it's definitely not got international recognition.
It's definitely not that populated. Just under a minute to left. It's Schludy's pretty much just got to work with what he's got, which isn't a whole lot, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Boksa, though, fortunately for him, though, Boksa has not seen much more. I mean, he kept going.
Boksa he hasn't seen anything. Yeah, Boksa just came up to those signs that Schludy ignored earlier. So he's maybe 1 kilometer past that position right now. And to be honest, he could travel for 2 or 3 kilometers more. I can tell you he's not going to find anything. Anything apart from signs that just tell him some small villages, which he'd be unlikely to find with the time remaining anyway.
Some blurred out villages. There we go. Manages to.
That's one of them.
And yeah, they are pretty close in that kind of the lake district, so to speak. Actually, Schludy has moved his marker away again, and he's going to make another last second adjustment. And unfortunately for him, just Boksa again gets a bit of luck on his side. 4,242 points for Boksa, 3,762 for Schludy, which will put him out of high range. Calamity with only a round to go.
Yeah, and I think for the longest time, Schludy had his pin down at the lake that's just south of Boksa's guess. So if he had just left his marker there, it might have been close, but he might have still been inside of that draw range. He might have just lost like another 30, 40 points, which actually would have put him outside of it just about. but it's probably easier to make up 2 or 3 points in the last round than the 600 something that he has to make up now.
Indeed, yeah, but I mean, neither of them saw anything really, just knew we were in Turkey. They guessed sort of central Turkey next to a lake. Unfortunately, Boksa's lake was a bit closer to the actual location than Schludy's. So, well, let's jump into round number 5 and see if Schludy can bring it back. And maybe not. Very good clues right off the start here. Could help them.
Tell us about those clues. What did you see and what do they tell you?
Well, it's the police car as well as some of the signs. All I knew was South America, probably Peru or Ecuador, maybe Bolivia.
Okay.
Taxi should be a good hint. Not Colombia, I know that. I know the Colombian taxis now. But
yeah, the number plate is...
Given that the signs look almost sort of US at a few places, maybe Ecuador? Because I don't think the further south you go, the less kind of US they can be, but...
Okay.
That's a general idea I have in my head that may not be true.
Ecuador has signs that look like the US. All right, I've learned something today.
Well, at least in some weird part of my mind it does, but nice little football team for Schludy there. He's a football fan. You might know the local team, though I doubt it.
The local team that probably play in the 4th tier of Ecuador.
Yeah.
What's interesting though is actually, I don't know, I remember one of them seeing it. I can't remember which of the two. One of them went towards the river and saw quite a large bridge to the north, which is the same thing I did, which then prompted me to immediately try and make my way to that bridge to cross it. But whoever out of the two it was just seemed to ignore it mostly. So
Boksa had it off kind of in a distance, and that's about it. It will get some city names finally.
Yeah, both of them now know
Boksa
where we are.
Zooming into the city. There we go. I don't know if I would have recognized it as a city.
That's why you're in Division 4.
True, yes. It's a pretty major city?
Yeah. Let me actually... Is it the... I mean, it's definitely has to be in the top 5 in Ecuador. I don't know if... Wait a second. Ecuador's cities by population. It is the biggest city of Ecuador.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Definitely worth knowing.
Yep.
Jot that one down, folks. Watching at home. Remember that next time. But it is a really good thing, though, to learn probably like the top 5 cities of, pretty common countries, or every country you can. That if you ever see something on a sign like that, you can just go, oh, that's that, and jump to it.
Yeah, and the way you usually do it is you learn like the top 5 of every country, and then you just go small. Like you learn the top 5 in every US state, for example, or sort of the top 5 in every Brazilian state, and just work your way forward one step at a time, while both of them guess relatively closely.
So Boksa getting his second ace of the game and sealing his victory. 5,000 points for him. Schludy doing quite well also, but just missing on the ace again. 4,998 points for him, which unfortunately will cost him the match. Yeah, in a dent city like that, you're not going to be able to make up too many points, unfortunately. So that's probably not the round Schludy wanted in the last one, Calamity.
Yeah, Schludy would have had to hope for Boksa to not find out which city he's in, and even then... It was unlikely that he'd make up enough points to actually get a win there. But he did have a decent performance, I would say. He got pretty much all of the locations in general, apart from the lake in Turkey, which, well, I mean, there was just no information. You'd have to either get lucky or be super knowledgeable about Turkey landscapes.
Yeah, I think it really came down to, we mentioned it, that Schludy was practically in, even out of 4 out of the 5 rounds, he was in a tie range. And just that one bad kind of unfortunate guess in Turkey drops him out of that and costs him the game. But you can't really fault him too much for it because there's no information at all. So a bit of luck going Boksa's way to keep his unbeaten streak alive, but sometimes that's what you need in Reddit League. And so... Well, thank you all for watching. I'm Ben Calamity, and I'm not Calamity. I'm Zatomo, and that has been Calamity. He's Calamity.
Yes, I'm.
I'll have to edit that one out here later on because that's not going to work out. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time. We have a couple more matches to bring you here in week 4 before we head over to week 5. So make sure to catch all of them over here on the channel. So we'll see you.
Bye.